Hey there, Aries Sun, Aries Moon, Aries Rising. Welcome to your reading for the month of August. We're also going to look at that full moon that is happening in Aquarius on the 1st of August. We'll pull a couple cards for that. Overall energy, you have the card of liaison. So I'm just going to read you a little bit of what it says. It says an attraction is strong, but the relationship may not be destined to last. A coming together of disparate forces may not be what it seems. An apparently harmless but potentially dangerous element has attracted attention and is pulling on a stronger one. And then it goes on to say, be wary of temptations that arise because of the power of your position, or conversely, your connection to someone in an important position. Combat temptation to take unfair advantage of power differentials by by nipping them in the bud before they can flower. As soon as you become aware of a dangerous liaison, promptly speak up or step away. When honorable and balanced, there are indeed times when a rendezvous of that yielding and the strong turns out to be a great opportunity for a positive, constructive relationship. The difference between careless connection and a relationship of depth lies in the motive of one's heart. And the question is, how sincere are you? Ooh. So, a little juiciness to start the month. All right, so that full moon in Aquarius is in the energy of choice and decision making with you. And if you are an Aries rising, it is happening. It is happening in your house of networking, of public groups and groups activities. So, hey, just be on the lookout for, if you are single and ready to mingle, and the other person is also, then perhaps there's no harm in it, right? But do be careful if that is something that has the potential, because it felt more like a warning than, hey, here's the green light kind of thing, right? Oh my God. Look, the key to the situation is the Two of Wands. You have choices, you have options, but he's looking at the mountains in the distance. And the story of the Two of Wands is, of course, you have already achieved something, right? You got it in your hand, but there's that other opportunity there. Oh my God, you guys, seriously, if you are, I don't know, going home, there is an opportunity to perhaps reconnect with someone that you dated in the past. We have Venus in retrograde in Leo, which is, if you're an Aries rising, again, that is your 5th house of creativity, fun, and romance. But in any event, she's passionate, and it is an opportunity for things to come back. And so it is important that you stay independent and aware of what is going on around you, because I'm just going to show you what I'm seeing here is very dicey energy here. So again, this could be around a romantic situation. Feels very much like it's around a romantic situation, but it could be at work, or it could be someone you've known from the past, and it could be because there's a little bit of dissatisfaction in the current relationship, and that is unfortunate. So here, what do you think about? We got the Seven of Swords. We've got somebody who is sneaking off. And so we have death and destruction here. We have things that have already completed, and they're moving in another direction. And so it could be that, you've already decided, or you're thinking about deciding that something is not working for you. North Node in your sign is going to encourage you to move into new directions. But integrity is going to be important here. How the challenge is the integrity. Here we have the King of Swords, and he's facing the storm that is coming. There's challenges coming. I also want to say this liaison could be not romantic at all, but it could be that you're dissatisfied at your current position of employment, and you are flirting with the idea of looking for another job or opportunity. But it could be the kind of thing where if word gets out before everything's said and done, it could mess you up. And so, be cautious when you go to interview at the new place and they say, can we contact your current employer? If that is going to create problems at work, if you don't get this job, and they know you're looking, you're going to have to say no, because if you guys choose not to hire me, that's a major problem for me. And most potential employers understand that, and they kind of respect that, right? So they can, but you can check with my previous employers if you're certain that they aren't going to communicate to your current employer. You know, depends on your industry. So kind of paying attention to that, right? Ooh. So we have a need for balance in the center of this, where you currently are sitting here. So here we have the Seven of Swords. This is the sneaking away energy. You know, I'm actually going to go to the book here, because the Seven of Swords is such a tricky card. And this is the Viceversa deck. And in this position, it says you are the person who is acting in a sneaky or dishonorable way may not be fully aware of the harm he or she is doing. So whether this is a romantic situation, like maybe they're single, but you're not, and they don't know that, or vice versa, or, you know, whatever. So just be careful of that. Be careful that just because someone's doing something doesn't mean they really fully understand the situation, or that you fully understand the situation. It might be that you're single and you think they're single, and then it turns out they're not, and you end up in a third party situation that you would never have done knowingly, right? And they're done that myself. Just saying. Okay, so there is some history in the situation that will hurt more when the truth comes out. It is time for everyone to put their cards on the table, including any feelings of betrayal, past hurts, or failures. So there's something up here. There's something up here, and you're thinking about it. So it could have been something that already happened, and you could feel the storm coming, because here you feel stuck in a situation. We have the Eight of Swords in the heart space. And so it could have been a situation that already occurred, and now you're dealing with it. The fallout from it, and that full moon is going to give this big release of energy and allow you to move through some of this energy. Because how do you transform the situation? We have the Six of Cups. Oh, I'm going back to the book on this one. Because look, this would be like your traditional Six of Cups, and we would understand this. But this Six of Cups, it's like he is sitting up waiting, oh my God, for the other person to come home. Oh, I don't like the way this looks at all, guys. Just saying, this was really not good. Okay, on this side it says, ooh, this is nice. So how do you transform the situation? You take advantage of upbeat emotions to accomplish things on every level, not just the interpersonal. Work, study, or other responsibilities may seem unimportant compared to the rapture of love, but come down to earth long enough to keep the home fires burning. Do not be carried away by the delicious giddiness of youth. Okay, so sometimes so say there's a situation and you got caught out, like you were unaware of all of the information, and now you're like, crap, what do? They're saying pay attention to what you can and do what you can. We have these two sixes here. This is about looking to the future and creating balance, and that there's a dawn of a new day and there's an opportunity to bring balance in. And the key here is choosing which one you're going to work with. Watching the dawn of the new day and choosing where you're going to put your time and your energy and your effort into. Your emotional energy, your physical manifestation energy, this is all right here in the center. So this is thoughts, feelings, actions, past, present, future. That's why I think that over here, I think a storm is brewing because of a situation that you didn't fully understand. This is how you already ended up in. That being said, watch out that you don't get caught up in it now. Right? This is for the whole month. So this could be the beginning of the month, the middle of the month, the end of the month. So, right? So pay attention. In the energy of resources, we have the Four of Wands, but it is the backside. And what this means is that, yeah, this relationship isn't as shiny and bright as I thought it was. now we're in the drudgery of it. We understand that, oh gosh, he snores, she snores. You've been in the room when the others passed gas. It's not as quite as shiny and nice. There's the small irritants are starting to pile up, right? And so, but this is in the energy of your resources. And so, if this is what you are choosing to recommit to, then recommit. If it is a situation where you're like, yeah, no, I'm picking the other option and moving away from this, that's on your mind. It is totally on your mind around the situation. This could be a job where you thought it was going to be great, and now you're like, gosh, the shine is worn off of this job, and things don't feel quite in balance, and I'm not receiving what I thought I would. They misrepresented my job duties to me. I took a job once selling insurance, and I interviewed them while they were interviewing me. I said, where do you get your leads? And they're like, oh, and he had a big stack. Oh, we send out stuff and people send them back, and that's where we get our hot leads from. And I said, oh, that's awesome. Okay, cool. And then as soon as I went through the trouble of you have to study and take an exam, and nobody ever passes it the first time, but I did, which is amazing because I'm dyslexic. And I passed the exam, and I show up for work, and I really have to work. Like it was a pretty dicey time in my life, and I show up, and the first thing they do is they give me a list of the people who didn't respond. Mind the list. Go through there. See if you can generate some leads. It wasn't as they represented it at all. Not even a little bit, right? And so he deliberately withheld from me that the hot leads were for the established ones. Then not only that, when I did get a lead that was working, as soon as I went to close, they sent a closer in who took 65% of the commission. I only worked there 6 months. So there might be a situation when you're like, yeah, no, this isn't working, and it's time to move on. So that full moon might give you the opportunity to do that. Because here in the heart space, also we have this eclipse happening here. We have a new moon eclipse happening in Libra. When I forget what the date was on that, and I threw the book by accident. So, but right around the 14th of October, there's a new moon eclipse, and we have the new moon eclipse showing up here too. So we have 2 new moon eclipses showing up. And so I feel like there's a timing factor here. We have the South Node in Libra. That is the releasing and the letting go of. And so we have this choosing what emotionally satisfies you is what to anchor into. And here we have the, no, it's already done. It's over. Like it's ended. And now it's just kind of in the heart, assessing the situation. Where did I screw up? Where did I take the wrong step? Where did I do something that I could have done something better? Right? Where's the wisdom and the knowledge that I have gained from this experience? And I feel like the experience has already happened. There is an opportunity for you to avoid it if it hasn't already happened. But if it has, then there's an opportunity here in the center to reconnect with what creates the balance and what option do you think will provide the most opportunity for success. And if you have Cancer strong in your chart, there is the symbol of Cancer there. So but that's also about the moon, right? And so it's that emotional connection to what is really of value to you, and what are you willing to release and let go of in order to bring it in. And here we have no, that's dead, done, and over. I recognize that. And he's okay. He's not, the armor is dead. He's not. He's just fine. That situation is over. And so then you really lean into this overall energy of the Nine of Pentacles, this sense of independence and self-value, self-esteem, self-worth. I am worth more than all of this, right? I'm going to choose me. And so I feel like it could be a situation, because it's liaison depicts a short time frame. And so it's something where you threw yourself all in, heart and soul, whether it was an emotional relationship or it was a career move, like with my very short-lived time of selling insurance. It was a lot of work for only 6 months. I was like, right? And so, or it could be a place that you lived. I remember we moved into a place and I as soon as we moved in, I'm like, well, this was a bad choice. Infested with roaches and fleas, and the contract was for 6 months. And trust me, I ran out and got a job to make sure we could afford something better, right? And so there's times when you're like, this frame of time that I have already invested, if I look at it this way, and it's nice that you're initiating sign because you might not look at it this way, but a lot of people will look at something and go, well, I've already put this much effort in, and if I put more effort in, I can turn this thing around. Or there's a sense of pride in like, well, I know it's oh God, really? A poop show. Thank you, my guide. Sometimes I know it's a poop show, but I'm just the person to fix it. And instead, this is about God. This is just not fun. Chiron in your sign is saying, hey, are you having fun in life? You're supposed to be having fun in life, and it's stationed retrograde. It's backing up. It's going from 19 back to 15 degrees to give you a chance to really integrate and to understand and to learn the lessons of, hey, you know, life is supposed to be fun. Let's make life fun. I'm of value, I'm of worth, and I deserve to have some fun. And so there's this energy around not, it's almost like we don't have the sevens here, so we're not quite at the assessing whether or not, you know, I should put any more effort into it, like with the 7 of Cups or the 7 of Pentacles, but we have the 6s, which tells me you might skip that step because these are actually the reverses of both of them. And so that means you might go, wait, I already know that this is not creating balance in my life. I don't need to assess it anymore. I'm going to choose a different path. You have an option to choose a path, and you choose what is emotionally satisfying, what brings joy and happiness. But there is a lesson to be learned. And having all these swords in the heart space is a little out of whack. We should be in our emotions, but I see here that you have the opportunity to really anchor into your emotions and choose what it is that you want. And so I feel like it was a job that didn't work out. It was a place that you live, doesn't work. You know, you went there during the day and you didn't know that at night that the neighbors threw parties all the time, and you're like, oh God, I can't rent here, right? And so you get out of your lease or you whatever, right? It feels like something that was short term, like you've already assessed what that is. Oh, I just heard the tornado alarm go off. Stay tuned. A storm is a brewing. So you have here, true feelings are masked. True feelings are masked. There's either yours or someone else's. There's like information was hard to come by. All these swords here in thoughts, feelings, and actions in the past or the current energy that's getting ready to pass through here. You didn't have a full picture. But this says feelings are masked. And here we have all these swords. And so it's almost as though you're trying to think your way through it when what you need to do is completely unmask yourself. Completely allow yourself to feel into the energy of what is truly of value to you. And I hope that that is you. That you are truly of value to you. That you are truly of value. And whatever this is, putting more energy into it probably won't change it. And so instead of throwing good money after bad, good love after bad, good time after bad, lack of sleep, whatever the problem is, like whatever it is, I think you already know the answer. And if you were looking for confirmation, then here we are. Wow, shift the way to new potential. You have soul on fire, choosing what lights you up. We have follow through. Shift the way to the new potential and follow through. It's like you already know. And look, choose, oh my God, choose who you are becoming. Whatever the situation is that feels very short term, like it's hard sometimes to say to ourselves, wow, I quit my job to work at this place, or I left my boyfriend to get this new boyfriend and he's no treat. Or, you know, worse, you left a marriage for somebody. Whew, right? It's okay to say, I didn't fully understand the situation. I see it clearly now. I see it. The sun is coming up. The sun is coming up. And I'm going to invest my energy into things that support me, that make me feel balanced. And whatever this situation is, it needs to be shown the door. The soul on fire. Oh, jeez. That's what it says. This white card here actually says soul on fire. So, shift the way to the new potential. It is in the heart space where we have this wand by choosing yourself. And then having the courage to move in that direction. All right, let's look at this full moon in a little more detail. We do have, I don't know what I have said because I'm so caught up in the liaison. We have a new moon coming up on the 16th of this month that has a 1.5-year cycle, and by the time it becomes a full moon, the North Node will have passed through your sign. So this is a really important moon to work with as far as helping you to determine your path forward. And so since this is for the month, I almost feel like, you know, really looking at this moon, right? This moon energy and laying out a roadmap of where you want to be a 1.5 years from now. There's a lot of energy that supports that. And then there is another moon, another full moon, this one in Pisces. If you are an Aries rising, it's in your 12th house of completions and spirituality. But it's our blue moon because it's the second full moon in a calendar month. And so it's a rare opportunity to really reset and reorganize your life. And then right after that, well, no, not right after that. It'd be 6 weeks later. Is that eclipse. Well, that's a dichotomy that doesn't make any sense. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna have to get a little help here. All right. So, in the center of this reading here, we have this balance, right? Sixes are about bringing things into balance, putting energy in, getting energy out. The 2 is also a card of balance, of choice and decision making, choosing what brings in the balance, right? We have the completion of a cycle going on here. You have the card of discipline. I can accomplish whatever I set my mind to. But I think in order to identify what it is that you need to set your mind to, you're going to have to take some time to feel into your heart space, to assess the situation. What did you learn about yourself, your wants, your needs, your desires along the way? Where's the wisdom that was gained? Knowledge plus experience equals wisdom, and there's wisdom to be gained from this, right? And that, so if you will do this, this will unmask your true feelings. And so I almost feel like you need a little time out to do this, right? 9 of Pentacles, this is about taking a little bit of a time out. It's kind of like a minor energy of the Hermit. And so this month, finding the opportunities to sit with the energy and to really feel into it, to understand what it is that you were supposed to learn for it, because you have watching clouds, lay back, rest, and relax. And so you need to create some downtime, but it's almost like some downtime by yourself to really look at a situation, to assess how did you end up here? What have you learned, and what are you going to do so that you can choose your next steps, right? Choose your who you are becoming. And so you need to spend some time to see who you are, to determine who you are becoming, where you came from, where you are now, and where you're going, because the chrysanthemum says, be here always with willing hands and heart. So be in the present. I'm here right now. That's who I was in the past. This is what I'd like to create for myself. So I am here. How do I get from here to there? but it is by choosing what direction you want to move in. North Node in your sign is asking you to choose what direction you want to move in. And so with the North Node moving through your sign, being very present to the cycles, being present to the moment, to understanding what that energy is and bringing all that together. I do think that by the time we get to the middle of October, you will find the solution that you are seeking. Okay, so this month it's about assessing the situation. It's about being very disciplined in your actions. So, okay, yeah. So this is not about saying, oh my God, and just racing out the door. Particularly not if it's where you live and you have a signed a lease, right? Or if it's where you're working and you have a contract, or if you quit this job, how are you going to pay your bills? No, this is about taking a few moments to figure out what is the best path forward that allows you to be independent financially, emotionally, that allows you to feel like your own little mini empress, your own little mini creator of your life, because that's what we all are. This is about allowing yourself to feel into what it is that you need to do. And so it is about choosing your path and starting to shift into the new potential, right? This is about figuring out where you want to go and who you want to be. Who are you becoming? Choose who you're becoming, and then begin the shift. Begin taking steps toward it. And as an initiating sign, and so Aries is an initiating sign. I am a Cancer Sun, Venus, Mercury, North Node, and I am a Capricorn South Node and rising. And those are also initiating signs. And I can tell you, I'm good at starting things. And what I had to learn to do was follow through. So right now, your ruling planet of Mars is over in Virgo, and it's there for the entirety of this month. Doesn't exit Virgo until the 28th. So working with that energy, because Mars in Virgo follows up and follows through, creates a plan, gets itself organized. So working with your ruling planet, while Mercury is doing its little setting up to get ready to go retrograde, it doesn't turn retrograde until the 23rd, I think. And so most of the month it's direct, but it's slowing down, which gives you time to assess and reassess. Starting on the 4th, it goes into shadow. And so there's a lot of opportunity for you to slow things down and unmask your own feelings about the situation. What really do you want? And making a very, very definitive choice of the path that you want to move in based on how you feel. And then start moving in that direction. But it's got to have to be about how you feel. And I think that by the time you get to these eclipses, you see changes happening. You feel the shifting moving. So very interesting energy, Aries. I'm on Facebook every day if you want to check into the astrology of the day. We're also working with Venus over there right now. She transits through your fellow fire sign there of Leo. She exits Leo at the 1010 gateway, which is very supportive energy for you. I think that there's a lot to be gained from this for you. And if you need a personal reading, I do those, and that information is in the description box below. Thank you for supporting this channel, for always checking in and chatting me up and letting me know what's going on. I really, really appreciate it. Aries, you guys take really good care of yourselves, and I'll see you back here next week. You have a lot to do, but it's feeling your way through it. It's going to be your key. I love it. All right, you guys take care. Talk to you soon.